You ready there for some new sports, everybody?
I have no idea.
Here we go. That's right, Victor Allen's new sports. The new, unique, fan-based view of sports. Written, directed, produced by Victor Allen. That's him over there working 3 video switchers live on air. And this is what he does, ladies and gentlemen. You can rub his head and make a wish. And now here's the man the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Victor!
That's a lot of yelling, brother. That's a lot of yelling.
How was that?
Yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not bad. I'm just gonna sit back and
try to get a little energy.
I'm gonna adjust my camera because that screaming,
energy.
kind of impacted me, man. That's jacked up. That's jacked up.
It cost me $10 usually to get energy.
Right. That's cold, man. That's cold. Hey, man, you know what? I'm gonna say this right offhand. Number one, I feel bad because not covering the World Series. Nobody's even talking about the hype. I'm going to leave it alone, man, because
that's a trip.
And let me say this. I'm not saying they're not talking about it. Maybe it's just the people around us are not talking about it.
Well, let's ask the community. If people, Vic, I don't hear people talking about World Series.
Dude,
I must admit, I don't hear it.
The baseball folks are going to say, no, we're talking about it. You're just not tuning in.
But, Same thing. Same thing, right. Sort of, pretty much.
Right,
yeah.
Right. But before I even go there, and I'm going to say this first, and then I'm going to segue. Okay. Number one, there's no way in the world I cannot avoid talking about them damn Cowboys. I'm saying
America's
that
team.
Right. I'm going to say that for a reason. But before I go there, that's jacked up, man. Don't be doing that. Before I go there, I got to pay my respects to Flip Saunders.
Oh yeah.
Who passed away, man. At the young age of 60.
God bless you, Flip.
Got to give, I'm sorry.
Nice
man.
guy. At least always seemed to be.
He had a winning percentage of .524, just over 500. Out of the 17 years as a coach, 11 of those went to the playoffs. He's been coaching with Minnesota, of course, Detroit and Washington. They headed back to Minnesota and I think became president as well. So the part that's shocking to me was I always look at when he's battling, battling cancer. I always say, oh, these are troopers. They're going to make their way out of it. So it was kind of shocking that we lost him. So I just wanted to sit back and say prayers and blessings to the family. The first thing that hits you as soon as you see he leaves, his spouse and then the children. Every time I see that grabs me because it's big. So I wanted to just go ahead and say before I even start off talking. Yeah, he's gone, man. And so, it's one of those things where I said, hey, you're going to get a moment in time.
That's why I'm getting on up.
Look, man, I'm saying.
See, you don't even know.
Hey, man, you
don't even know.
I love doing this, but it's only a thing, and that's all it is. And so for him, I'm pretty sure people were going like, wow, hey, sports come and go. But his imprint is successful because you never really he was kind of a stalwart. He was kind of like, I'm not the championship coach, but I'm not the losing coach, but I'm consistent. And that's good enough for me. When you're consistent, man, hey, all day.
Exactly.
Now,
once again, much love.
Yeah,
let's get one last.
To him.
Now, Flip Saunders.
Now, man, talk like I'm hanging with my fellas, man. You won't even have to worry about the screen. The screen will come when the time comes. You see that Brady shot? That's not it. I have to talk about Greg Hardy, man.
Oh, okay.
Because, first of all, they just had to work on Dez Bryant for a few years just to get him in that role. Now I believe there's somebody who's going like, Dez is on vacation now. Greg Hardy's in the mix. And since he already comes over with a little bit of baggage, here's my point. Now, they're going to talk about this because I'm not worried about
it. It looks bad from the sideline.
I'm just going to say this. Now, if you mad at the special teams coach, you want to knock down his clipboard, you want to do all this.
Is he on special team?
No, that's not the point.
So why is he arguing with the special team
Here's
coach?
the whole point. This whole point. They had just gone down Dallas. And wonderful throw by Matt Castle. And I forgot who caught the ball, so I'm bad on the receiver. I don't want to sit back and get it wrong. But he had his toes in the end zone, just scored, tied up the score, and they're going, here we come. Because now, the Giants are actually kind of leading the game.
Right.
All of a sudden, the next play, 100-yard return. Special teams. It was a hole open up for a whale and his children.
I saw that.
So Imagine Greg Hardy's going like, look at all the work we putting in. So instead, what he does, he says, all that work, we played defense to hold them. We score a touchdown. We come off the field, and your special teams look like they sleepwalking. So he goes over to the special teams coach, and he gives him his words, clipboard and everything. Now, Dez,
I heard he slapped the keyboard. He slapped the clipboard out of his hand.
Now, the rescue.
That's a little physical.
The part I love about this, the rescue mission is in Dez Bryant's hand. Now, imagine this. That's
who just happens to who paid his own way.
Right.
Because he was not, they don't travel when they're injured. Dez Bryant paid his own way to the game.
Man, he's
came out in sweats.
He's a boss
and was working out. I saw that. Before the game, he was out on the pre-show.
Yeah.
So then he runs right into this Greg Hardy shit.
Yeah.
So this is what, first of all, the match is you fly out for the game.
Right.
Your own money.
Right.
And here you are now, Dez Bryant in the middle of this. Wow.
Right. See, I didn't need to have a graphic for this.
Wow.
Because everybody saw the Monday night football. The Sunday night late game. And I'm going, wait a minute, is this really bad or is this going to be good? So here's my question, man. Wait a minute. Let me just say this.
Okay.
Does Greg Hardy live up to his hype now?
You better be one hell of a defense of everything.
He is.
Because even still.
He is.
It depends. Teams do a lot of things. My thing is, here's what's so funny. The outcome of that may be positive. That's what's so jacked up in teams. In other words, on sports teams, it's not unheard of for these things. Y'all just now seeing them. Okay, first of all, let me just say this. This shit has always gone on.
What was that word you used?
This stuff has always gone on. You just didn't see it. Now you see it more. But it has always gone on.
Right.
People on the team hate each other. Defense, offense, sometimes calling each other names. If you bitches could score, we over here stopping them, but you grandmamas can't even get down the, so this is what goes on in team stuff. It's actually the truth. So maybe.
So do you want a Greg Hardy going?
See, that's why they don't want to say that. They're just embarrassed that you saw it. The only thing about this that's really bad is that you saw it.
Right.
If it had to happen behind doors, no one would give a shit.
Right.
Okay? Because it does happen behind doors all the time.
As a teammate. See, that's what I'm saying. As a teammate.
Maybe that's what they needed to hear.
Right. So my whole point is,
especially if they did have a jacked up special teams.
Right. See, my whole point is this.
I'm just saying.
It's easy.
I'm not endorsing violence.
No, let me say this. None of us, let me stop saying that. Many and most of us don't know what it's like to be on a football team professionally and be the starters and be what they call the deliverers.
Right.
It's one thing to be on the team.
And we don't care.
Right. So are we trying to explain this to the fan base? Or are we trying to say, until you get in the locker room and know how we have to crunch and we have to sit back and get in our beast mode, do you want a Greg Hardy on your team that brings that?
Everybody can make up their own mind. Vic, there are teams that are known for their intense discipline.
Right.
Like when you get ready to go off. Like, can you imagine Greg Hardy doing that on the Steelers?
I can imagine him being in one mode because he has a reputation.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
See, what happens is certain strong coaches check the strong. Can you imagine, even with a strong personality, if you were on Bill Parcells' team, what did you do?
Well, remember.
Nothing, right? Nothing.
Didn't an individual named Terrell Owens play while Parcells was coaching at the Cowboys? Was there a moment where they overlapped?
I don't know.
Because he never changed no matter where he went.
I know
he never changed.
I am so unaccustomed to seeing certain coaches. You notice, there's certain coaches where when you're on their team, people just don't seem to say shit.
Right.
Okay, Belichick doesn't even raise his voice.
No.
But nobody on his team ever says anything.
But
you have the most outrageous acting players.
Right.
They go to the Patriots and they're like this. Well, the team is now, we're doing this. You're going like, Darrell Reeves was like, he's not even on the Patriots no more. And he's like, the Patriots are really such a, and the organization is. Right. Okay, what is that shit?
I agree. See, but what I'm saying is, the model for Belichick is, they say, and it's the same, and Popovich is the same, related to NBA, San Antonio Spurs. They say we go with people with character first.
You don't act up on their team, or they cut you, because isn't Popovich famous? He cut what's his name?
Right.
He sends you going, right?
Right. See, But we only get one or two of those in the league, so you're not fortunate enough to everybody be on Belichick.
So I'm not.
So you got Greg Hardy, and you're going. I'm not.
I said the same thing about Ndamukong Suh. I would have traded him.
Right, and
I said I would have traded him.
Right, so
I need discipline on my team.
So Greg Hardy's gonna get.
I would trade him.
You gonna trade him, man?
Yeah, I would trade him because I want discipline on my team.
Wonder now. Watch the market. Now here we are. It says, he's not on Dallas. He's probably on a different team. Tampa Bay, Tennessee, whomever, and they don't have marketable names. But what he does is bring merchandise and that aura of, I'm about to bring it, like Ndamukong Suh did for Detroit, because that money merchandise went up the roof.
You're actually true.
Even though they did not win.
You're actually true.
So
if you stop caring about the game and think about the money.
I didn't say not care about the game.
I'm just saying, but if you think about the money mostly, then you do different shit.
Right, so...
Yeah.
So you releasing it? Nah. That's what I said. That's my point. All right.
At this point, I stand up in the board of directors meeting and say, I will defer to my wiser partner, Victor Allen, and I'm headed to get a chili dog.
Let me say this.
Bye, everybody. I'm leaving Vic's in charge.
Let me say you what I like. I think Jerry Jones is going like this. His hands are going like this. You know what? If I can do what he does on the sideline,
you can't buy this kind of advertising.
You can't buy it.
You can't buy this kind of advertising.
I'm going like this. I said, how many of you guys? I say this to this day. I'm gonna say it over and over again. I don't want to see another traditional go in the locker room, ask the standard questions, corporate America routine, where these guys are going like, I'm only doing this because I have to. It bores the hell out of me. So I'd rather see.
You hate those interviews.
I hate them.
I hate the sportscasters in suits.
Man.
I hate sportscasters in suits now because of you. Specifically because of Victor. No. So I didn't even look at it before. Victor starts saying, how they look up there, all of the suits, all uncomfortable. They look uncomfortable as shit. Up there with the ties. Tiny Tom Jackson looked like they tried to stuff a burrito down a Dixie straw. Right. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
But no.
You don't look good. You look uncomfortable.
But I got to speak for the other side of the gender. Because they're also catering to women who said we like men in suits.
Women ain't watching that shit.
No, they watching.
They ain't watching that shit.
No, they watching.
Not that shit.
That's the watching.
Okay, I'm with Vic. I hate sportcasters in suits.
No, I just hate them, man. I just don't like the same routine. That's why I said the reality shows bring you more of the real. So I prefer that they go, why do we have to go in here and ask the same questions over and over? Can you imagine after every game, Mario? There's about 10 or 15 what do you think happened tonight, media Coach? Representatives, and so each one they ask roughly the same questions over and over again, just different people. That's all. So I'm giving you a little time because I know you're reconnecting, right?
Yeah, that's just a meerkat.
Okay. So I'm not hating on their jobs. I think journalists have to do their jobs. I really do. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying there's no interest in the post interview when it just looks like it's just canned and uninteresting. I mean, I don't see anybody saying I love to do the interviews. Now on the other side of that, Mario, there are some players who say, will you please give me some airtime? So it's really the same old thing. Go to the ones who deliver, and the rest of the teammates just gotta hope and pray somebody come over to the locker room. It's called crickets in the locker room. Guys sitting over there, been here 2 years, nobody's crowding around his locker. So I have to still represent those who don't get that opportunity. I just wish they could come up with something different to talk about, man. That's just me. So you feel a little bit better now?
We feel better. So that's the whole issue.
Right. That's it.
And they just showed us that corruption is rampant in sports, and that we're buying into it ourselves.
Profit begets
profit. So that we'll wear.
Right.
Look, I got this Under Armour. I got this Under Armour stuff on right here.
That's right.
That's
why I'm checking it out.
Oh,
clear that right there. About to go over to this because it's not a Patriots report as much as it is that you have to use the Patriots as the standard. So what I'm doing, a couple of weeks ago, I went the best and worst of the undefeated. So One of the teams dropped off recently. About a week or so ago, Atlanta dropped off the undefeated list. So I'm gonna go down the list.
Yeah, there's a bunch of how many? Who's
It's,
undefeated?
it's only 5 teams, and you can. I mean,
That only 5 undefeated teams.
It's only 5, man.
That's a lot. 5 undefeated teams.
It all depends. I can just holler them out for because you're not gonna see the font on it. I'll
Okay,
just let you know.
I see it. New England Patriots.
Right.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
Denver Broncos.
Right.
Green Bay Packers.
Right.
And the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
That's phenomenal, Vic.
It's
I
very
think that's
good.
phenomenal.
But now let me give you the other side, though. The other side is this is the most they've had in this time of the season of undefeated. But they also said it's also the most that we've had teams under 500. So
they got it's a bigger separation. They don't like
right.
that. It's a bigger
Right.
separation between the very good
Right.
and the very bad.
Right.
It's a broader.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give my respects to Pittsburgh. Sorry, PMC, bro. I thought that they would come through with Landry Jones. I didn't get to watch the game, but I they just ran into what they call a skip moment. They skipped over the win, and they'll return back to glory.
All these injuries
They'll
in the
return.
NFL are, man, this, and I thought they were doing all this stuff.
Hey.
They changed the game around a lot, right?
Yes, they did.
And it seems like there's more injuries.
Because
Must be those steroids.
Because I just think here's the hardest part to adjust to. They still got to go through the period of when you implement a law that's a rule that says where you can hit, where you can't, and you've been trained on it for years. Naturally, you have to teach your body how to avoid still getting in trouble, even if you're hitting the areas you're allowed to. I just think that they have this natural thing of going, well, I'm not usually doing this. Am I preparing myself the same way?
But it still leads to a lesser hit.
Yeah.
So no matter what, to me, even if it's awkward,
Right.
they're still doing lesser, Vic.
Hey, I'm
How
with
could
you,
they
man.
get more injuries still with just still lesser of things in general? Lesser. I was surprised at some of the stuff they did. They showed a peel block,
Right.
where we used to be legal. The quarterback would kind of scramble.
Right.
And they were talking about there was a penalty. I said, what's wrong with that hit? No, in today's world, you can't really blindside.
No.
Oh, they have specific rules.
That's
When you
right.
blindside a player,
Right.
you have to hit them between like shoulder and like
Yes.
knee,
Yes.
and you can't lead with head on a blind side.
Right.
On a blind, so I said, "Wow, that's a total difference."
Right. And I think players are faster and stronger.
Well, that part is true.
So even if you adjust,
Higher G's, higher G's.
you still. So if you're hitting me
Right,
in this
right.
area and not here and down here, but now you're faster and stronger hitting me here.
It's still higher G's.
When you get if you're in a car accident, even though
You're going to get other internal organ
right.
damage now.
Yeah, it's there,
you won't
man.
get so much, maybe a fracture. You get a ruptured spleen.
right.
Or
it is what it is.
more or less
man.
a ruptured viscus of
Right.
some kind. Some kind
Right.
of internal organ will get
right.
smacked.
So let me just get back to this. First of all, to remind people, I'm not a sports reporter. I have no official status. I have no official background in pro sports. I have nothing but my opinion. So
Those
please
years
don't-
you played on the
please
Miami
don't-
Dolphins don't count.
Yeah, right back next to Pac-Man, right? I played in the Pac-Man League. That's what I did. So what I'm going to do not right now is say, who are we eliminating, Mario, who's going to be knocked off next from the undefeated? You already called off the teams.
Okay.
Carolina showed me something yesterday that was going like, Cam Newton is in a different place.
I told you.
He's in a different
He's
place,
way
man.
more disciplined than I ever imagined.
His foot, his reading, what he's doing,
He's
walking
hitting
the call,
second and
his
third,
call
right?
signs,
Is he hitting
man.
second and thirds?
He's coming up to the line. I'm going, uh-oh, I see a Peyton Ness moment.
Yeah, he's
I'm not
starting
trying
to get it.
I'm
He's
not
really
trying
starting
say
to
this.
get it.
It's same with Drew Brees.
Oh,
no
he
matter
looks-
what,
oh, geez, he looks
these
so-
guys make it
Yes,
better. He's
yes.
getting there, and plus he's
Yes.
and he's physically a beast.
Yes.
So Carolina's already proven that we can win this. So here's your team. Who's your next team to get off the undefeated ranks? You got New England, Cincinnati, Denver, Green Bay, Carolina. Who's next? Who gets knocked off?
I would have to know who they're playing.
That's easy.
Because,
That's easy?
because here's the thing. The ones that I wonder who seem to be winning, but I'm
kinda-
not sure if they're as good
Right.
as they are, I just don't know.
Right.
Vic, it's too close.
It's
I'm
too
sorry.
close?
Yeah, I can't call it. Because even when I look at the names, I started to say something, I immediately stopped. I don't know who's better between Denver and Green Bay. I really don't. I don't really know who's better between Cincinnati
Right.
and any of them. You know what? That makes for great football.
Right.
I just want to see the game.
Right. See,
I don't know because I haven't been able to choose, Vic. Have you been able to predict the games? Like I'm going into games going, how are you, Oakland? Okay, there's a bunch of games this past week where I was just like saying, how is this even happening? These blowouts.
Right. 40. It's Houston being down in the first half.
Houston, Vic,
42 to
nothing.
0.
I was like, how does this even happen?
Because, and I believe this, and I really believe this. They end up scoring 24 points or something like that. I just truly believe it's when you know you have the type of team you know. I just don't think you come in going, let's break it out. Let's break wide and give them all we got. I just think Houston is in that place where it's a leadership thing.
They about to fire somebody. I was thinking I said, you just lost your job.
Right. So
you just lost Romeo Crennel.
I'm not saying anything.
He's got a whole legacy as a
Patriots. He comes from the Patriots. Come from the Belichick camp, right?
Yeah, legacy.
So what do you do?
Got sodomized.
I can't do. That's wrong. Hey, I want to give all hail to the Miami Hurricanes. When you lose 56-0, and Warren Sapp says, fire the coach, and you go, oh, Warren, don't say that. And then a few hours later, they fired the coach. Got to get congratulations, I guess, right? Because
they never lose like that, and they got their butts kicked by Clemson.
Yes. Well, Clemson's rated number 6 in the nation, right?
Oh, okay. So, I take that one back then.
That's what I said.
Shows you how much I know.
I do not advocate anyone. I do not advocate the person being fired. I just advocate making a move.
Okay.
All right. Here's my thing. This is my section called Like Whoa. You know who this is? Of course you do, Mario. You got to rate the like whoa with the.
Who's the one on the right?
See, that's my whole point. Like whoa. So nobody's knowing what. I got to turn you guys around so you can see what I'm doing.
Who's that? The one on the right?
This is the NBA moment where Halloween.
Russell Westbrook.
Well, that's the easy one.
Well, I don't know who the Joker is with the makeup on.
Well, here's the point.
Missing some fingers. Is it the guy from the Giants?
Nope. This is NBA. That's Russell. That's Russell.
I look like he's missing some fingers there.
You know it is. This is not fair because you know why? Because he's not a starter. It's Steve Adams. Think of
who?
See, that's wrong, man. That's just wrong.
Who?
That's Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Steve Adams.
Oh, yeah, Steve.
That's wrong.
Hey,
that's
Adams. Wrong. Yeah, okay. Steve Adams. Right on, dog.
That's wrong.
Steve Adams.
Steve
What's
Adams.
up, Steve?
Okay, you know what? When they play the Lakers, you will get to see Steve.
Okay, that's what I know.
You'll get to see Steve.
Steve Adams from the Adams family.
Right. So here's my point. Like, whoa, what impacts you more? Russell? Because he's wearing a jersey and just throwing something up on his head. Or Steve bringing it because, it's bold to wear that type of outfit and it's not pants. Which one? Like, whoa, man. Which one's like, whoa?
I think it's crazy, and I love the picture. It must have 1 million views. How many views? Got 500,000.
Well, let me say this. Everybody's doing their kind of Halloween kind of theme. There's something here that may be more like, whoa, roll up. See who's the best picture and see if you can decide, because I think this is an excellent one. You know who this is, Mario? All right. That's Lurch. That's Morticia.
That's not Lurch. And that's not, none of these folks are the real people.
It's like, whoa, man, it's NBA.
Who is that?
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna applaud it.
Who is that?
Oh, that's good. You can't tell.
Steve Adams again?
No, it's not Steve.
No.
Oh, watch what it is. You know who that is?
Who?
Dirk.
Oh, Dirk Nowitzki and his wife.
There you go.
His bad wife. His wife is fine.
That's right.
Dirk is cool. That's funny, Dirk.
That's a good
Dirk, that's goodish.
Is that like whoa?
Okay, I gotta give.
That's like whoa. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's
all I'm saying.
Show it again, Dick, so that my people can see it on Meerkat.
Yeah.
That's Dirk Nowitzki and his wife. Who's the one on the left?
Now that's the trivia. You watched the Adam Family show before, right?
Is that homegirl grown up?
Yeah. No. You have to know what her name is on the show, because you know it. You know Gomez. You know Lurch, Morticia. Do you remember the little girl's name? It's
Little Stanky.
That's
Stank
wrong.
Latina.
Okay, that's
her name was Stank Latina.
Watch.
And the brother was Horton.
I'll give you a hint. Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday.
Almost.
Wednesday.
There you go. Pugsley.
That's the hint. Okay, where's my...
Where is
That's the hint.
No, it's Wednesday.
That's
it's
the
Wednesday.
hint he gave. That's
It's
the
Wednesday,
hint
man.
That's the hint he gave.
You watched the show? So that's it. So I want to give out my like whoa moment. Between the two pictures, I know what you're voting on. Dirk did a damn good job, didn't he? See, that's jacked up, man. I'm doing my like whoa moments, man. This is sports, man. You got they reach for it. They reach for it. So be happy. Okay, so that's it, you guys. I ran over.
Whoa.
So I want to give Dirk Nowitzki a lot of Dirk Nowitzki. What does they say? Well, how do they say Nowitzki or Nowitzki?
Who?
That's jacked up, man.
To good old Dirk. First, if you're named Dirk, you got to be flexible any goddamn way.
Well, yeah,
no matter what they call you, right?
Yeah.
Your name is Dirk.
Yes. All day, man. All day.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Victor Allen's New Sports, the new urban look at sports. Written and directed by Victor Allen. It is a recurring segment of the Morning Club with Mario show. Here, Monday through Wednesday, soon to be 5 days a week. Well, we don't know. It'll be Mo. For show. That's right, Dick, tell them what you think. That's right, Victor Allen, New Sports. Yeah! Yeah!